So before doing the course, I wasn't actually looking to get married at the time. I was only like 18 or 19 at the time. But I knew it would be something I was going to sort of think about in the years to come. Before it, for me, kind of the marriage process has always been something that, you speak to an older person, they find someone else, and then your families agree, and that's it. So it was always kind of something a bit sort of weird and awkward. But then, going to the course, I kind of changed after that. I sort of realized that there's other ways of doing it. So the course kind of went into the ways that you actually go about finding a spouse, and there's loads of different ways. It doesn't have to be the traditional, you find someone older in the community, you find someone else through their families. And also kind of mentioned what sort of stuff to look for in a potential spouse and ways to sort of, what kind of questions to ask to see if someone actually is compatible for you. Because I always thought as long as they're religious like I am, that's it. Like it's fine. Which yeah, that is a very important factor. But there's other things to consider as well. That's what the course is really good for. I think the most beneficial was being able to speak to Sheikh Amr about loads of kind of awkward questions. So before you're married, you're not really going to know about things like intimacy, that kind of thing. And it's something that you probably won't want to speak to your parents about, or the imam of the mosque or whatever. But with Sheikh Amr, he's very easy, sort of easygoing and easy to talk to about it. And also he has so much experience. So any question you've asked him, the chances are he's already been asked it before. And it just made it was very comfortable to sort of talk about these things, and I learned a lot from that. Another thing was that he kind of sort of looked into how women think and how men think, and it really sort of changed my perspective because sometimes you just assume that someone else is like you, they think like you. But that really sort of changed the way I am sort of now that I'm married and stuff as well. It really helped. Yeah, it did definitely help me with my journey of finding a spouse. I think it really shows you what kind of things to look out for, and also what are the important questions to ask someone, ask a potential spouse to see if they are compatible for you or not. Sheikh Amr is awesome. Like he speaks the way everyone else speaks. He just happens to have a lot more knowledge. So you really don't feel intimidated when you're talking with him. You feel like you can have a laugh, you can have a joke, and you can also ask any kind of questions, and he's not going to respond in a harsh way or anything like that. Which sometimes when you speak to other people with more knowledge, you kind of feel a bit sort of intimidated to speak to him about things. But Sheikh Amr's, he's just like one of the guys. He's amazing. I think it's definitely, extremely important. One of the reasons is we can see how high the divorce rates are across Muslim communities as well. It's almost as high as the non-Muslim community. So it's not something exclusive to, any other community. It's for us as well. And I think part of this is because a lot of people go into marriage not really having a clue about what their rights and responsibilities are in a marriage. And also they don't marry the right people sometimes because nobody's really showed them that what kind of things you should look out for, what kind of questions to ask. I definitely recommend it to everyone. For me, before going into it, I was really confused and didn't have a lot of knowledge about what marriage is and what to do in the process, etc. And I think a lot of people are in that same situation. It wasn't just me. And now, years later, when I am married, I think of how beneficial everything was that I learned from that course. So really, I'd recommend it to everyone.